Lately I've thought a lot about a certain topic and it kind of frustrates me. I think that my photography has actually no meaning. Not in the dramatic, existential, nothing has a meaning kind of vibe, more like the I don't know where my photography right now leads to. At the end of last year, for a market my girlfriend organized, I did some prints. I printed some of my favorite shots of 2024. I put it in this really nice looking booklet and thought, hey, let's try to sell some of these prints in person. I wanted to see my work in a physical way. I wanted to touch it, hold it in my hands, and if you work a lot with like digital products like photos nowadays, it's nice to have it in your own hands and be able to have like a physical experience with it. But when I take a look at them, right, with this little book and going through the pages, I come to a certain point, a moment where I realized those are very, very different styles and occasions where I took this photo. And as much as I love them, they don't really tell a story. I had a really hard time to putting them in there in a certain order because they are so different. I don't have the feeling that they belong together. They don't have a bigger idea or purpose. They are just pictures, like moments and taken in time. I know this is the definition of photos, but too random. They are too random for telling a story. And I actually don't know how to think about it. And maybe that's okay. Maybe that's part of the process. But at the same time, I can't shake the feeling that I'm just reacting to trends, to other photographers' work, to whatever I consume online mainly. I see a beautiful shot, cinematic street photo, and suddenly I want to do that. I watch a photographer create an intimate portrait series, and I think maybe that's what I should focus on. I scroll through someone's perfectly correct Instagram feed and immediately feel like my work is scattered and aimless. Honestly, I think I haven't found my personal voice yet. I have an idea of it, to be honest, but I don't have a clear vision. And it kind of frustrates me because, I'm photographing now for like around 4 years, I guess. 2 years in a serious way. At this stage, I think I should have figured that out. Like, should I have a project like a portrait series, or should I have a long-term project like capturing, I don't know, the city I live in, or maybe just shooting cars or animals or a certain niche, a style, a message, a fitting, well-curated Instagram feed or Behance feed or even on my website. But I don't. I just create, and in this world I don't have the feeling that this is enough. It doesn't help that photography today feels like a competition. Everywhere you look, there's pressure. Whether it's social media numbers, getting published, landing gigs, or just trying to stand out in an endless sea of incredible photographers. I try not to compare myself, but I would be lying if I said it didn't get to me. I see others progressing, finding their artistic identity, making a name for themselves, and I wonder, where do I fit in? I mean, it's beautiful for them, and right now when I'm struggling with psychosomatic symptoms and not feeling that well, and migraine, and the weight of all this, and elections, and here and that, this need to perform, to be productive, to make something matter, it feels heavier than ever. No, I mean, I know I'm not alone in this. There are a lot of people out there struggling with this topic. I know your creativity feels stuck, lost, and unsure of the direction. And maybe that's just part of the journey. But also, I want to know if I can make this move forward. So, I think I need to make a change, and that's like breaking down what I really want to do and what suits me best. I've realized that I can't just keep creating aimlessly. I need to start focusing on projects, on a niche, on a style that feels true to me, not because I have to, but because I think I will feel more connected to my work if it has a sense of purpose. You know, I'm not saying I will box myself into this one thing, especially not forever, but I want to be more intentional with what I create, and I want to chase the idea behind it, not the aesthetic. I want to make something that feels cohesive. Something I can look at and say, this is mine, this is what I have to say. And maybe that means stepping back a little bit, reaccessing a few things, figuring out what truly excites me, and not just what's trendy right now or looking good on Instagram or YouTube or anywhere else. And lately, I found it really interesting to do a lot of concert photography, demonstration, political stuff, music, underground stuff in the DIY scene, and not only in the DIY scene but very alternative scene. And I think this was probably the thing where I feel really welcome in. I mean, I grew up in the hardcore punk scene, and why shouldn't I go back to these roots? Especially, I'm still making music in this kind of scene. Why shouldn't I try to settle in there with my photography too, and not in random maternity shootings, PVC stuff? If this is more where I feel home. But despite all of that, I'm proud of what I've made so far. Even if it's scattered, even if it doesn't follow a clear theme, it's still mine. And that's why I finally decided to put my prints up for sale. Not because I have it all figured out, but because these images represent my journey. Uncertain, experimental, searching. And maybe, just maybe, one of them will connect with someone out there. So, this all sounded like a 10-minute advertisement just for selling my pictures. Congrats to that. But if you want to support my work and my future plan in photography, it would be nice to head on my website and to look for them. I think they're priced really fairly, so check them out on there. It really means a lot to me if you want to purchase one of them. They're all printed on matte photo paper. They are definitely unique prints. That means there is one of each kind, not more, not less. They're all signed and numbered. I mean, 1 on 1. So, do I have to number them? I don't know. So, and this is the end of the video. And I want to have a little conclusion. Not a conclusion, more a conversation with you. I would love to hear from you how you worked it out for yourself, if you're on the point that you have a certain style, a certain topics you like to photograph most of the time. Do you ever feel the way I feel? Like your work doesn't really have a direction? And how do you deal with that? Let's talk in the comments. You can like, subscribe or comment if you want to. Until the next time. Goodbye.